You've heard about The Boys. It's that Amazon show that keeps being advertised everywhere you look whenever there's a new season that is supposedly a takedown of the superhero genre, where heroes are terrible because of the amount of power they have over others, where heroes are valued by their marketability, and where their corporate overlords make everything worse by manufacturing dangers for the heroes to save people from. Before anything, I want to make it clear that I like The Boys despite its flaws, which is to say that I like Season 2 of The Boys despite its flaws. It's a show that has a lot of cool comments, ideas, and themes around the falsehood of American exceptionalism, the persona celebrities are forced into, and the marketing of modern entertainment, even if it can come from a genuine place. The thoughts I've had, and frankly, the thoughts I have not had, has been extensively covered by other leftist channels like Hates Vadim, Strucky Movies, and Anansi's Library, which I highly recommend checking out. Also, the YouTube channel Curio made a video about superheroes in general that's really good. Good videos, good people, links in description, don't say I sent you. Be prepared though, because if you watch these videos, and this video for that matter, YouTube's algorithms won't think that you're interested in analysis or any of that stuff. No, it will think you're interested in watching content about The Boys. And content will come.
The Boys is Amazon Prime's as you desperately try to run for cover to stop your hedgehog.
I must explain this, don't I? If you're someone who looks for nerdy things on YouTube, like news about movies, games, comics, whatever, you're probably familiar with this kind of content. But if you're one of those people who have a life, I guess, you probably aren't familiar with them. For those not familiar with this kind of content, it's basically a fun fact machine for new nerd culture things. It comes in many forms. Trailer breakdowns, where they try to find all the Easter eggs that may or may not be there, videos about character origins, and speculation on what's going to happen when the series continues, based on either wild speculations or having read source material said media deviates from anyways. As you can imagine, these kind of things are heavily endorsed by companies. They even put things in the trailer for people to analyze because it's basically free advertising, easy views, everyone's happy. Until the movie they spent months hyping up doesn't live up to their theories. Point is that when a trailer drops, people storm to it to be the first to create a reaction video, the first ones to skim a Wikipedia page so that they can seem like they've earned your Patreon money. Check out patreon.com/discuswriting to support the channel and start crafting elaborate theories based on those things. Now it may seem like I'm kind of shitting on this kind of content, and to an extent I am, but that comes more from a place of overexposure to this kind of media rather than active malice, because to me, this isn't as much a problem apart from being completely overexposed. No, this is FOMO diffusing. Don't have time to have an opinion of all this nerd shit coming out at you from every angle, but you're expected to have one because your friends are awful? Watch a 20-minute video and you won't have to watch those 40 shows that you're expected to care about. Now that you have sort of an idea what this genre entails, let's talk a little bit about The Boys again, because from what I said, and from the other videos you should check out, have said, it's really not like other, well, mainstream content. You'd think that The Boys would be very resilient to this kind of content. I mean, all it supposedly does is shit on these genres that people who make this FOMO content live off of. Which begs the question, why are they talking about The Boys this way? If this show can effectively be talked about by people who usually just make these trivia nerd videos to make sure you don't miss out on anything, then that begs the question, is The Boys a good parody? Or is it just doing the same things but the heroes are bad. It's no stranger to showing gratuitous violence in a fun way, which makes it even more jarring when we're supposed to take it seriously. Its heroes are also fun to speculate on and wonder how powerful they are compared to each other. Plus, it kind of condones the individualistic hero worship we see in most superhero media. Not in Homelander, but in Butcher. While Season 2 is better at interrogating Butcher as a character and showing that he's not a good person, I wouldn't be surprised if that just flew over so many people's heads. Because, there are people who think Rick from Rick and Morty is a good role model. I actually don't know how frequent that is anymore, but it was a big problem. Honestly, more people should just have watched Venture Bros. At least that show knew that being the sarcastic know-it-all asshole was actually the most annoying character trait you could have. I did say I like The Boys despite its flaws, which is to say I like Season 2 despite its flaws, and these are certainly flaws. But I think the fact that you can make this kind of content so easily really shows that it's less of a parody of the superhero media we consume and more a parody of our current culture. If you wanted to actually be a superhero parody, the violence should always be shocking, except when they beat up the Nazi. That should be funny, cause it is. The heroes should be actively stopped from doing good things if it didn't serve their corporate overlords, and they shouldn't be representations of entire ideologies, as that can lead some to see these systematic issues as problems that can be solved by removing individual bad apples, to put it like that. So why does The Boys retain all these elements? Why does it move away from being an effective parody of what they're supposedly a parody of? It's marketable. It's what people want to see. I asked why these clickbaity FOMO diffusers are talking about The Boys in the same way they would talk about, say, a new Marvel movie. But I've actually already answered this question. You've heard about The Boys. But I'd like to add, you may not have taken the time to see The Boys. If you're willing to spend the time watching and analyzing the show, it is a biting commentary on our current culture and our current media. But if you don't want to do that and just rely on others to tell you about it, it's just an edgy superhero show.